UFC 135 review. Let's first start off with saying this was a really great card. I really enjoyed this card. Very interesting fights, very technical fights, which I love, and it was a great card for me that I enjoyed a lot. So let's first start off with Nate Diaz versus Gomi. This fight basically started off with the unboxing and Diaz really getting the best of Gomi when it comes to the boxing. He pretty much did what he wanted when it came to the striking. Gomi did as expected, trying to hit that one-hitter quitter with the right that he always throws. Not being able to get it with Nate Diaz having such accurate boxing. Not really a lot of power, but enough to stun you. And especially after he hits you so many times, it kind of wears you down. But Nate didn't have to worry about that because he eventually got Gomi down on the ground. And he ended up getting him into a triangle. And then once he got him into the triangle, he looks like he didn't have it all the way. I think he could have really finished it off if he would have totally completed it. But what he did was he kind of just faked out Gomi, thinking that he was going for the completion of the triangle, and then pushed his head aside and went for the arm bar. It was really quick. It was a nice transition, very technical. Just excellent jiu-jitsu. He ends up beating Gomi. Diaz beats Gomi in the first round, 427 by arm bar. Okay, so let's move to the next one, which was Travis Brownie versus Rob Bruffington. I'm sorry. This fight went very slow. It's probably the slowest fight out of the entire card, main event card. These guys went in there and they just were, dead tired. But you have to kind of give some of the credit to Rob, because Rob was he had a big heart, very hard to hurt, to knock out, to hurt really. They were just two giant guys who just got tired. It looks like they had a lot of the energy zapped out of them. And Travis Brownie was really just going around doing what he wanted in the match, just outstriking Rob, just takedowns, just being able to push him up against the cage. And then eventually it got a slower pace. Just think of a person who can do whatever they want, but they get tired and still can do whatever they want. It just becomes very sluggish. And Brownie ends up winning by unanimous decision. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is Ben Rothwell versus Mark Hunt. Another good fight. I've never really seen a guy get this tired, but Ben Rothwell got pretty tired through the whole entire fight. I would say probably in the second round he got like sloth-like tired. Like he was literally like a zombie just walking around. Then you can imagine getting to the third round. On the third round he actually put his hands on his shorts and bent over because he was so tired in the middle of the match. And Mark Hunt just laid hits on him back to back, but he couldn't really finish him. But early in the rounds, Ben Rothwell pretty much used his grappling techniques to kind of control Mark Hunt, and he did that in the first round. Second round, he went dead because he didn't have any oxygen going to his brain, pretty much for being so tired. And then third round, he was completely dead. And Mark Hunt just did whatever he wanted to, threw hard punches and whatnot. In the third round, Mark Hunt started to show his cardio wasn't up there either, and he started slowing down significantly also. So Mark Hunt ends up winning by unanimous decision also. So let's go to the co-main event, which was Matt Hughes versus Josh Koscheck. These guys go in here, and it happened exactly like I thought it was going to happen. Josh Koscheck went in there and pretty much, I thought, he was at first getting his tail handed to him when he came in the striking department, and then he kind of fell back and went back to his wrestling. But then once his wrestling got stuffed, he went back to his striking, and he pushed his striking a little bit more intense instead of doing the one hit jump back. He started putting combinations together, and it became a little bit too much for Matt Hughes to really take, especially with the speed and the power. And he ended up getting caught, falling to the ground, and then from there, Josh Koscheck pretty much, hammer fist him to death pretty much and knocked him out unconscious, and the ref jumped in and stopped it. So Koscheck wins by KO with punches at, get this guys, 4:59 in the first round. 1 second to go. And and they could have went to the second round, but it didn't happen. So Matt Hughes says that he's not going to retire, and what he's going to do is he's going to have the UFC put him on the shelf, and then he'll make his decision from there. I think he needs to retire, but, it's kind of hard. Guys love to fight, and if I was in the UFC, I wouldn't want someone to, kind of push me into retirement. I would want to retire when I want to retire. So that's that. So now we have the main event, which was Jon Jones versus Quinton Rampage Jackson for the light heavyweight championship. This fight pretty much went like I thought it was going to go. Jon Jones went in there and picked Rampage apart, doing a plethora of things, basically leg kicks, spinning back, elbows, a lot of grappling, spinning, what did he do? I think he even did like a cartwheel, not a cartwheel kick, but he did the front kick that Anderson Silva always does. He did so many things. He even kicked the knees of Rampage, like kicking them, like pushing the knee out the back type. He landed a couple of those. He was just so unpredictable, just mixing it up so much. On top of that, using his long reach to really just pick apart, staying so safe, like 100% safe. Just picking someone apart, just chopping down not even chopping down a tree, but it's like chopping down a tree, just kick after kick, punch after punch, elbow after elbow. And Quinton Rampage Jackson just sitting there, frozen, just waiting to counter, but can't. But then when he swings, he hits air. Just frozen, just taking damage all the time. Then when he closes the distance, he holds on to him. Instead of swinging and trying to box in the inside, he grapples onto Jones. Jones uses that to do his elbows and short strikes and whatnot, and backs away from him, tries to take him down. Then that doesn't work. He kicks him, just does so much stuff, and Rampage just didn't know what to do. He just getting picked apart, guys, just getting totally destroyed. And Jon Jones eventually gets him on the ground, starts throwing elbows, just bouncing his head off the canvas. Rampage forces himself up, which was cool, but then he gets taken down again, and then leaves his neck just wide open, it was just like, if you just watch the replay, he's literally just holding his neck up like this from when someone's on your back, just take my neck. And Jon Jones, of course, takes his neck and pretty much finishes him off with a rear naked choke to retain his UFC light heavyweight championship. And that was in round 4 at 114. So, guys, the fight that will happen next for Jon Jones is Rashad Evans, and I don't know when that'll happen, but that should be a pretty good fight, only because Rashad has fought him before, trained with him. And I don't know about you guys, but when you train with somebody, especially when I train with some of my training partners and whatnot, you know their tendencies and you know what they're going to do. Just like if anybody would train with me for a very long time, they would know what my tendencies are. So that would be great. To, good to see is just how Rashad will handle John Jones. So that's that. It was like I said, it was a great card, great night of fights. Once again, guys, if you like my review, please rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Peace.